People, DG. Manchester City obviously beat Arsenal 3-1, and yeah, man, the less said on that, the better. In regards to that game, you've seen my tactical review, or I'm hoping you have at this point, and obviously all my other thoughts. So I'm not going to go over the same thing. I don't feel Unai Emery is to blame for the game. Yeah, you could say he picked the personnel. Yeah, you could say he was a bit too defensive because at the end of the day, we hardly recreated anything. The Premier League, again, not to gas up the Premier League because I know a lot of people think it's the best league in the world. I think it is in terms of entertainment, not necessarily in terms of tactical and technical quality. But stuff you can get away with in Spain or France in different in different climates, it can't happen in the Premier. It doesn't matter if you're playing first or bottom. People are gonna have a go. And in Arsenal's case, if you look at the game plan yesterday, it was a defensive, not necessarily a bad thing, but it was a defensive sort of rigid game plan. And I have to question Unai Emery, not because of what he tried to do. I see what he tried to do. I think there's another case to have. I don't feel, like I said, I don't feel personally you can sit back for 90 minutes in the Premier League, definitely against City, and expect to get anything. At the end of the day, we are not probably, even though stats might not back it up, in terms of offensive optimum, we're not attacking to our full standard, and we're not handling things defensively to our best standard. So there's a case to be said. But for me personally, if Unai Emery wants to implement these things, I feel sorry for him, because how can you? If I'm him, at least for this season, I would consider being, I'm not saying a gun-ho approach, because if we tried against City, it would have been worse of a scoreline, but be a bit braver. I know these games were at home and things like that, but well, United away, we did all right. We let ourselves down defensive errors, and we'll get on to that, or you might get the point I'm trying to make. The point against Liverpool, the victory when we drew with Liverpool, as Liverpool fans banter us about. Chelsea, obviously, and Spurs at home. These games there, I feel Unai Emery should take inspiration from them, in the sense that he's married the two together. There was clearly a way of playing against City and Liverpool and these things, pressing their fullbacks and all the other things. Go and look at my tactical review. I don't have it all to hand, but there was clearly little things. You saw obviously us in Chelsea getting onto Jorginho. You saw Ramsey came off the bench doing things against Spurs, and you saw us how we was trying to get onto Dyer and press their back line and not allow them out. I feel when we marry the two together, between caring about the opposition and their threat and being a bit more offensive, we're a better side. I say this because, again, I might not agree with Unai Emery, all of how Unai Emery sets his team out, but I look at it like this. If he wanted to be compact, rigid, and all of these things, and be proactive defensively, we need better players, in the sense that we need players that are switched on defensively. When it's an attacking sense, our players without thinking are making runs off the ball, runs to take other players away from playing, things like that. Defensively, they don't smell danger. Midfielders, how many times have I sat here and how many games said our midfielders are allowing midfield runners? Defence, you've a variety of mistakes, whether it's getting caught playing out the back, not following men, failing to shuffle across, not getting into position quick enough, not closing down. Several incidences across several games. We'll just put that under individual errors. If we keep making these individual errors, then we're not calculated and sensible and have the concentration levels, in my opinion, required to, at least for this season, at least, implement on a consistent basis the cerebral approach, kind of catering to the other team, stay in two banks of four, for instance, against Manchester United and Manchester City, for 90 minutes. I don't think we can, at least for this season. So, because like you're seeing it with the several mistakes. So I believe at this moment in time, I feel at least to the end of the season, we've just in the top. We've only got 2 top 6 games left, I believe. We've got to play Chelsea at Wembley, Spurs at Wembley. I mean, I'm used to playing Chelsea at Wembley more than I are at Spurs, to be fair, because Spurs are never in the finals and everything there. I've got to do it, Spurs fans. But we've got them and we've got United at home. Surely, at least in them games, we've got to be a bit more attacking. Just have a bit more of a goal, man, because I actually like again, I would be a bit more offensive in my opinion, but I actually like what he's trying to do in a sense of being a bit more proactive defensively, or trying to be. But what players are not thinkers, you've got to think off the ball. Go and look at, what goal is it? The last goal Manchester City scored. Koscielny is at 6s and 7s. Monreal, Monreal, Lucas Torreira and Guendouzi, they could tuck in. They're not smelling danger. They're not thinking, okay, let me tuck in. They don't. And then again, to a degree, I might have to put that onto coaching, because at the end of the day, yeah, it's his first season and these things. But if you can praise him for how we're playing out from the back, good counter-attacking things, and for me, I think he's doing superb in terms of set pieces and the variation of it. you can question other logic in terms of the proactiveness, because we were hearing video analysis, all of these things, and these players are making the same mistakes. Now the players like Mustafi, they're done out here, innit? Like there's no amount of coaching you can get. At the end of the day, football choices become choices, innit? You're choosing to make these mistakes and not listen, innit? But by the same logic, why are they not improving? Because I know no one's expecting us to defend like a peak Jose Mourinho Chelsea league winning side, but at least if we saw a more proactive approach, you could see little things working or what we're trying to do in terms of defending, or see a player's outlook on how they're treating defending improve, then I'm sure most fans would leave it. So it's a bit of both, man. When you look at the United game, again, we had more joy against United away because we was having a go at them. Do you see it, people? We was having a go. Defensive errors let us down in the league. United, even at home, we had a goal. We thought about the other team, obviously, with Aubameyang on the flanks, and we didn't take our chances, and I feel it was a good game plan from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's men. But you see it. Go and look at how we played against Liverpool away to how we played at home. At home, we had a goal. We pressed them. Away from home, properly, we probably tried to do the same, but you obviously saw us playing two fullbacks, probably being a bit too defensive, and they picked us apart. So surely, at least till this season ends, I know there's no more big games, but we'd have more benefit having a go in these games. I'm not too sure. So on that note, I'm going to get out of your hair. So people, deluded, comment, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out. Thank you for watching. DG.